Guys and girls, welcome to my double kettlebell basics tutorial. Before you move on watching, make sure you watched my first tutorial, Meet the Kettlebell, where it is about the single kettlebell. Okay, this tutorial gives you all the basics, all the foundations for the double kettlebell. I will not show things double, so please make sure you're watching the very first tutorial about single kettlebells. This is the intro. There are a few universal rules. Universal rule number one in kettlebell training is safety. When it comes to the double kettlebell, again, everything is the same as with the single kettlebell, so watch the tutorial, meet the kettlebell. But in double kettlebell, in theory, you're gonna lift heavier. That means make sure you control the weight you're moving, number one. Number two, a key factor now is what I call arm-body connection. So your triceps contact to the rib cage. We're going to go into detail later when we come to the swing, but you want to make sure the weight stays a little closer to your body. Number one, safety. Number two is a wider stance so the kettlebell can pass your legs, your knees, right? Which actually brings us to the next point of performance, which is posture. The main thing that changes with double kettlebell is the universal start position. I want you to stand further, start above the kettlebell to measure, not with your feet, but with your knee. You need to make sure the kettlebell can pass your knees on the backswing. If we talk about the swing, the clean, or even for advanced guys and girls, the double snatch, right? Posture. The rest as with the single kettlebell. Next one, center line. When we're working on center line, this looks a little different with the double kettlebell. If you like, cross the handles, yeah? But in theory, you could stay anywhere close to the center line. The closer, the better. Now you might hear the bells hitting each other. Very important is that the L of the hand goes into the L of the kettlebell. That means no matter where you are, I want you to grab close to the corner of your thumb, which is here and here. If we now working on center line in the front rack, there's no pain on my pinkies. The other part of center line is keeping the bells very close while moving, close to each other. They move on center line, they're not swinging to the outside or the inside. To ensure this, I want you to keep a parallel vertical grip all the time. The moment you start turning, belts can move, belts can hit each other. Keep a vertical grip, especially if you're new to kettlebells, to ensure that the weight is moving on center line, right, on this line. Universal rule number four, is breathe in. Double breath, double exhale, definitely good, more advanced. This is the basic tutorial. As I said at the beginning, in theory, you're gonna lift heavier weight. So you might wanna consider biomechanical breathing, which is exhaling when you overcome weight and inhaling when you have the chance to rest, for example, while squatting or on the backswing of the exercise. That's so far. We move on to the kettlebell swing.